Today's video is about installing the Vortex Clip-on handlebars for my 2015 Yamaha YZF R3. The first step in the installation process is to remove the OEM handlebars. To do so, there's a screw here and on the opposite side that we must remove. It's a 5mm Allen key. It's a little tight, so make sure you hold this and then turn the screw. Once you have the bar ends removed, the next step is to remove the grip, but it's going to be a little difficult to take that off. So I'm going to start by removing this and see if I can push this on this side. There's a Phillips head screw at the bottom here that you will need to remove. You should be extremely careful because the screw on here was on really tight, so as you can see I almost stripped it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to remove it like this on the other side. Once you remove the two screws on the right hand side, it should be fairly simple. See, as you can see, it slides out because this is on a little slider here, so it should be really easy to take off. You will have to take off this entire handlebar piece here because the wire isn't going to be long enough for this to slide out. So now I'm going to try to get this grip out. I think there's a little film of glue on the inside because I had to use a flathead screwdriver to pry this open like this and spray WD-40 in here and basically break the bond of the glue by screwing around like this. And then I went all the way around and now I can somewhat easily pull it out. Just be patient. Oh my shit, that took way more effort than it should have. Now there's residual WD-40 on the inside, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this cloth through one side, I'm going to feed it through with a screwdriver and pull it out the other. So I'm going to do that a couple times. Hopefully that takes the WD-40 somewhat out. That's what the bar looks like on the inside. So now start by removing this bolt. This is a 10mm socket, and two on this side, they are 8mm socket. Okay, so that screw is off, but to take this off, you'll have to take the handlebar off, then you'll be able to slide it out. Same thing for this. These screws are already off, but to take this off, you'll have to take the handlebar off. And I took these two off, 8mm screws, and that's at the back there. Now, to take off this, there's a little plastic piece here. It looks like this. Take it out. This is a 5mm Allen key, and there are two more here. Those are 6mm Allen key. Same on both sides. Once you have your three screws out, you should just be able to slide it up and take the bar out, and all your things are free now. Keep this in case you want to go back to stock. So what you want to do is get your right hand Vortex piece like this. The way you can tell is if you can read Vortex on top when you put it in like this, with the two screws facing you and the two screws on top. So here's just a quick comparison between the left hand and the right hand. The left hand is stock, the right hand is the Vortex. Okay, so the next step is to try and replicate this hole that we see on the stock handlebar. It's a 3/16 hole. So what I did was I mounted everything in the rough position and basically found out where this was going to go in relation to the end of the bar. And basically I just twisted this around and made a little scratch on the handlebar, and I took a 3/16 drill bit and just drilled a hole right there. Once again, that hole is for the pin that's located on the inside here. You can do the same thing for the right hand side. It's going to be for the pin in this mounting place here. It's going to be a little different than your left hand hole locations. Mount everything on this side, put it in, shake it around, get a scratch, and just drill a 3/16 hole there. So once you have your holes, just start by aligning everything like this on the handlebar and start tightening all the screws. There are two screws under here, the Phillips that almost stripped, the 10mm bolt here, and then these are 1, 2, 3, 4 5mm Allen keys. The only difference on this side is these two are 8mm sockets. Okay, so I have everything tightened. My wheel is straight right now, and if you look from the back of the motorcycle, it looks like the handlebars are pretty much aligned. If they're not, I think I'm gonna go out on a ride later when it's not so cold. I'll test ride it and see what I need to adjust. The best part is all you have to do is loosen these two screws here, and you can turn this any angle you want. So I'm going to try out this angle. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else. Same thing here. If you want to adjust where your hand is this way, all you have to do is loosen those two screws, move it, and tighten it back. That's a really good feature. So now that all that is in place, it's time to start reassembling the bike. First, we're going to start by putting these two panels on, same way as you saw in the tank removal video. Then the side panel here, and another side panel here, then the driver's seat, then this little red piece here, and then your passenger seat. And once you have all that, your bike is back to normal again. So this concludes this video. The next few videos will be about test rides on the 600cc motorcycles. I've never been on one, and it's going to be my first time. And there's a demo ride at my local motorcycle store here. I'll be doing a first ride on a Yamaha R6. Suzuki GSX-R 600 and a Honda CBR 600RR. So stay tuned for that.